Hello, good night. Welcome to Conversation with Rickford Burke. Of course, this is Rickford here in New York. Big topic tonight, big show tonight. Come on, everybody. Get out your phones, call up your friends, get into the 90s groups everywhere on social media. Let them know Conversation with Rickford Burke is on. Is the Ghana government the most corrupt government in the world? Name me any other government that is so mired in corruption. Share the link, everybody. Wherever you're watching me from, ensure that you subscribe, like, or follow. Take some time right now, call up everybody, and let them know Conversation with Richard Burke is on. My guest tonight will be Melly Mel. Those Melly Mel tapes, man, they rocking GT. They're rocking, as my friend David Levy would say here on radio, rocking you, rocking you, rocking you. They're rocking the hell out of the PPP. Share the link, everybody. I'll be back in 60 seconds and we start the show. All right, welcome back to Conversation with Rick Burke. Share the link, everybody. Keep sharing the link. Share the link. So joining me shortly will be Melly Mel. We'll discuss this blockbuster release of these video recordings that shows that Guyana has probably the most corrupt government in the world. Have you ever heard of an investigation of anything, anybody in the government that is corrupt? No. You know what we have to rely on? The United States government sanctions. That's it. The PPP government is so corrupt, they can't investigate themselves. And they're asking people to vote for them. I mean, we knew that oil money would send these thieves, these PPP thieves, crazy. Crazy. Share the link, everybody. Share the link. We didn't expect them to go so crazy with our money, so crazy with crimes, so crazy. So coming out of the Melly Mel recordings, Travis Chase had an interview with a businessman slash gold dealer by the name of Junior Bash. And boy, oh boy, Junior Bash spoke of corruption after corruption in the PPP government. Ministers allegedly taking bribes or taking bribes. Ministers demanding to be partners in gold concessions. I mean, it's crazy. Before Melly comes in, let's take a quick listen to the interview.
Would go and collect the money from Tamish's office.
How? In what? Suitcases, bags, what have you?
Yes, bag, suitcase. Whenever he have the US dollars, he would supply us with that. Whenever he don't have that, he would give us the Guyana currency to purchase the US dollar on the road because the gold is being purchased in US dollars in Brazil.
What's the meeting point between Guyana and Brazil or Guyana and Venezuela to meet these military people to get this gold? What's
in Bovista?
Bovista, in Brazil?
Yes.
So it comes over the border unchecked? No immigration officer, no custom officer, no
Our
nothing?
border?
Yes.
Well, yes.
Where do they store it?
They would keep it. It depends on the time that the gold reaches over in Letem.
Mm-hmm.
If it reaches after the plane left, the gold will be kept at Tamish's office until the next flight.
So therefore, you are telling me there's collusion at where? The Ogle Airport, Eugene F. Garay Airport?
Collusion in a way.
People facilitating the flights in and out and would know that Tamish is smuggling gold and say nothing?
It's on the regular flight. Trans-Guyana, they have daily flights there. 2-3 flights a day. So it would be on the regular flight. So normally one of Andre's worker would jump on the plane and bring out the gold.
Mr. Baksh, you're telling me here that the person who financed you is a gold smuggler.
Correct.
What is the vice president's role in all of this? What do you know of him and what he knows, and if he gets any cutback? I'm talking about Mayor Jagdeo.
No, I'm not aware of any connection with him.
Do you know of any connection with the president's role?
No, none.
In this? None. So the president nor the vice president are aware that this gold is being smuggled?
They suspect, but I don't know how much they know.
How much they know? Right. Do you know Sana?
Yes.
No. I understand that you're being targeted by the Special Organized Crime Unit and the persons within the government because the person who financed you, this is my information, you can tell me if I'm wrong, the person who financed you, Tamish Jagmahan, has gone to the vice president and the president and Suku and have made some very damning allegations against you.
Correct.
Take me to that, please.
Well, for more than a month now, I've been receiving information that to expect Suku expect a raid by Suku because Tamesh Jagmohan sent into lists to the government and to Suku that has my name on it for gold smuggling, for smuggling gold out of Guyana, buying the gold here at very high prices and selling it into Brazil or Venezuela. I've heard of that, and I believe it to be very true because other people had those problems too, where they're being raided. It had an issue in Letem, where a Brazilian woman was held with gold and cash, and everything was thrown on that woman. But I know that the gold was sold to one of his agents, namely Angela Parag, in Letem. So the gold was seized from her, and the cash that she paid the people with was seized from the people, the Brazilian woman. But in the report, nothing was mentioned about Angela Parag. Everything was thrown on the Brazilian woman.
And you believe that Suku's coming after you soon?
Yes, I think that they did not mention Angela's name in that operation because she is Tamesh Jagman's main agent there in that area. She buys gold in Letem, and she was involved in the smuggling of gold from Brazil to his office also.
But didn't it occur to you that Tamesh Jagmohan is using the same information where you and him conducted business, buying gold from the Venezuelans and the Brazilians, and using it against you now? Does it occur to you that way? It appears that way to you?
Yes, it does, yes.
It does. Do you know if he is into drugs? Right. And you as a gold dealer, you don't believe that none of this gold still exists in this country and are in shock at these revelations.
That I'm being targeted. I'm not the one that's smuggling the gold. When Claret Singh, when they had the problem at Ashman's building, I lent them 2 of my bulletproof vehicles to use. There's a police, I know him as Narain. He was the person driving my vehicle.
Prem Narain?
Yes.
Who's now the head of special branch?
I don't know his exact position right now, but I know he's very close to them.
Okay.
Yeah, so they trusted him to move the Madam Chairperson, Khaled Singh, from one location to another, and he did so with my bulletproof vehicle that I lent to them through Tamesh asked to lend them the vehicle and things like that. And he got a lot. He didn't lend his.
Right.
He asked me to lend mine, and mine is registered in my name.
Right.
And I did so. Yeah. So after the election is done with and PPP won and they got into power, Sona would approach me with a proposal. And he would say to me, everything's set now. We in the money now. Now is the time. That he was promised contracts.
Promised by whom?
By the president. By infernally our president. He was promised contract and that the president would make him bigger than BK. But he don't have the finances to make up his construction company.
Right.
Which we entered into an arrangement that I would get this money for him, lend him this money, and he will give me returns on my money.
Any profit or just the flat money?
No, returns. He would give me profit on the money.
Very well.
Okay. Yes. So we started with small amounts meaning 40, 50 million, $35 million. Now you don't got so much money for me already.
Is that as much as your relationship goes with Kush?
No. After some time, Sona stopped paying me. He stopped paying me. He stopped giving me return.
All right, that's some that's some part of the interview. I'll come back to that. But after this interview was aired today on social media, released by Melly Mel, this gentleman was forced to issue an apology because he said in the interview that the president's mother would collect. Well, Sana told him he has to give the president's mother the cut from these contracts or whatever it is. And he also implicated the Minister of Natural Resources, who we have been saying is on the investigation by the FBI and is likely to be sanctioned. He hasn't apologized to him as yet, but he issued this very stupid apology. I'll come to that later. But then earlier, the Attorney General jumped into the fray and he attacked Melly Mel. Let's play that, and then we'll come to Melly Mel. Here your boy Anil. You know he's spots out. He got to jump into everything.
Facebook platform publishing denigrating
Well, somebody added the music to it, but
comments of and concerning the president's mother, thereby encouraging those who engage on her platform. Melissa Atwell posting the president's mother's photograph on her Facebook platform, publishing denigrating and very disrespectful comments of and concerning the president's mother, thereby encouraging those who engage on her platform to make similarly disparaging comments about the president's mother. So the election fever is high in Guyana. The crescendo is building. The enthusiasm is increasing. The energy is escalating. And with it comes a lot of revelations, purported scandals, disclosures of sensational type. And they're unfolding every day on the social media. There are too many to comment upon. Some of them have a deep political genesis, and others stem from personal antagonistic engagements between different personalities on the social media. You know that I have been a victim of her attacks. I mean, all the revelations that she's revealing, and all the tape conversations that she is revealing, even though that despite she alleges that I fed her volumes and volumes of information about cabinet and about my colleague ministers, she's been unable to produce a scintilla, not a scintilla of evidence implicating me or how I was able to give her all this information that she claimed she received from me.
joining me now is Melissa Atwell. Melly.
Hello?
Melly, you're on mute. Can you see me? Can you hear me?
I'm seeing you. Did I unmute?
Okay, I'm hearing you now, but I'm not seeing you. Good. I know you're out hanging out, but I have to catch it tonight because you don't have one scintilla of evidence against Winseed, the Attorney General. What say you?
Okay.
What say you? How would you respond to the Attorney General?
Before I get to the evidence, let me address what he said first.
Mhm.
Where he said, I posted the president's mother picture, and I have the 592 Comment Association saying all kind of voice and what was his word?
Disrespectful things about the president's mother.
And disrespectful things about the president's mother. Rickford, this is a party that has been victimizing me and my family for the last roughly about not 5 years, like about 4 years, because I really and truly started delve into criticizing them. Probably like a year after they went into government, right? Because at first they started off like, maybe we get in a different PPP than the one that came out in 2015. But then as they gradually get and money started and the oil money came in and all these, the corruption was just starting to get too much. So I started like heavily criticizing them, like just 1 year after taking office. This is a party that has been victimizing me for the last 4 years, not just me. They have victimized people for just liking a post on my page, for commenting on my page. Police, immigration officer, any public servants are not allowed to comment on my page, are not allowed to like anything on my page, and they're being if they comment, they like, they sanction, they're being victimized, right? I'm not even gonna start on my personal friends that they have attacked in so many ways. I can't even start about the number of rumors that they have spread about. When it comes to the PPP, not as it relates to me, nothing is off limits to them. They don't have any boundaries. They don't play fair, right? So it's ironic, right? It's crazy. It's ironic that an election year, you would come out here and expect me that you've been attacking and victimizing, but not just me, my friends. Because report, my friends and my family have felt the blunt of it more than me. And why I'm saying that is because I'm a public figure. I know what comes with the territory, and I'm okay with that. My family, my son, my mother, my sister, my friends, my associates, they are not public figure. So for them to deal with you posting the picture and all your racial followers commenting and saying the most vile, disrespectful things about them. Those bad, disrespectful. I was cutting me off. I'm on a live. Yeah, it's okay. They understand I'm actually at a house party. So excuse.
We understand.
Yeah. You're the ghetto one in the corner. So they have been saying the most vile, disrespectful thing about me, about my friends and my family and all kind of thing. And nobody, right? Well, except for the 592 association. Shout out to my peoples, because they have always got, they always had my back. They always had my family back. They would go out, they would represent and stuff, right? But I've never seen Anil. I've never seen the First Lady. I've never seen any of the ministers in government, right? They went, Rickford, they went as low as Robin Singh, one of their propagandists, posted a nude picture of me from years ago. Yes, I was young and I was one of those stupid persons that just happened to get that single picture of my nudes leaked. And they went as far, he posts, Robin Singh, that is, post my nude picture in Guyana Marketplace. And on that picture, he marked, "Do not feed the whore." You understand? Do not feed the whore. On one of my naked picture, he posts that in Facebook Marketplace. I have it saved because at any point in time, I don't care if it's 10 years from now, the government changes, Rickford Burke, I will be taking legal action. And if it is that I can't take legal action, then Robin Singh is going to take whatever private action I decide to give to him. I will go through, I will weigh my legal options first. And if the laws of Guyana doesn't provide for me to be justified after all these years, then I'll take private action. And that is not a threat, that is a promise, Robin Singh. So they post my naked picture, he marks, "Do not feed the whore." They have called me from one whore, low life, hungry belly. They call my mother a old gangster, mind you. All the time, the real mafia gangster is April Ali mother. They just had she hiding somewhere in a closet, demanding 5% from contractors every month in. Right? They called my friends all kind of thing. They have done the most. So it's crazy when I hear people like Anil Landalal out here talking about being disrespectful to people's family. I am sorry, Rickford Burke, and I think I made a post about this like 2 or 3 months ago. I said this is election season, and I have no problem with persons in the PPP, y'all supporters coming out and debating me and calling me out based on facts. But the minute y'all want to attack me and my family personally, y'all want to jump in the gutter, I diving in the gutter, head down with my ass in the air. Because whatever happened after then, happened. When y'all jumping in the gutter, I plunging in by my head. So when they send y'all out for me, make sure y'all come good. So Anil, yes, Anil used to give me information. I don't care what kind of lawsuit you get going. I don't care how much you sue me. You used to give me information through a third party. You're a snitch, Anil. That's it. You are one of the snitch in the BP party. And yes, people are saying, "Oh, Melly, why would you out one of your sources?" Because I have like about 4 or 5 more sources within your party. I didn't really need Anil. Because Rickford, let me tell you what's happening. They're snitching on each other. Right now is a jealousy thing among them. Who is thieving the most money? Who family is thieving the most money? Who friends and families getting the most contract and who's getting is a race. I think it's a race to the, I can't say billionaire because we have permanent secretaries that are billionaire. The permanent secretary for public works, the permanent secretary for public works and local government, they're all they're billionaires and they are permanent secretary. They're not minister or anything. They're billionaires. So I think the race is to who is going to the multi-billionaire status. You understand? I think the race is of that. So it's kind of a jealousy thing among themselves. Who is thieving more money and who's jealous of who thieving more money? Mind you, we literally sat and watched an interview where a man said, 40 and 50 million Guyana is small change.
Small change. Yep.
It's small change. So Rickford Burke, you could imagine people like James Bond and them local jackasses of influencers selling the soul for $3 or $4 million contract when these people, family and friends, referring to 40 and $50 million small change. And Rickford, I guarantee you that. I guarantee you that James Bond is $40 million since he joined the PPP. I guarantee you that all of them that are coming out, Marlon Jacob, who else? Who are influencers? Marlon Jacob. Who are the, which other popular?
Stephen Jacob.
Stephen Jacob. Calvin Barnett. Who's that?
Jermaine.
All of them that came out, I guarantee you that they have not seen $20 million from this administration and their family and friends, their real family and friends that they actually care about, that is building generational wealth, that is thieving taxpayers' money that will last them for generation and generation to come. These people thieving for 10 and 15 and 20 generation. I guarantee you, these influencers that endorsing this government and telling y'all to vote PPP ain't see $20 million yet from them.
What you
and
mean?
some of them,
Melly, what you mean?
I'm record.
Go ahead.
Not only that, for those of them that are getting the contracts, y'all will not be seeing a cent of that money before the 1st of September. Y'all ain't seen the money. I suggest for y'all that they are promising contracts for y'all vote. Tell them y'all want all the money up front. So if they're giving you those small contract for 50 million, tell them give you the entire 50 million, let you do the road and everything so you can see your profit and you can get your money up front. Because you see the system, how they have it set up record. You collect a first money, you collect a second one, then you collect a third one. By the time you done record, you're waiting 6 months for $3 million profit. It makes sense. It is designed to keep them in debt to them, wanting another contract and crumbs, small change. So that is why I sit on this internet and I laugh at some of them.
Melly, what do you make of the allegation against Vikram Bharat, the Minister of Natural Resources, that they're basically parceling off all of these prime goal concessions as closed concessions, and then you have to pay for them to give you a letter, and then he apparently
Rickford Bark, don't even continue. What you just mentioned there is just is not even quarter of what Vikram Bharat is involved in, right? Vikram Bharat is very much involved in smuggling Guyana gold to Venezuela and to Brazil. Vikram Bharat has the biggest mining operation happening in Marudi. That operation, that mining operation that's going on in Marudi, Vikram Bharat, Jack Foster from GGMC, Jimmy Reese is a crew of them from GGMC. Right? I tell you, these people are billionaires, Rickford. And in leading up to the elections, I'm going to be dropping like little mini documentaries highlighting how these ministers are stealing. I'm going to do a special one on GGMC. I have something coming out about GGMC as it relates to GGMC manager, his brother-in-law, who is the permanent secretary for Ministry of Health, his brother, who's the permanent secretary, Ministry of Health, and a cousin of theirs who they would have put companies in her name. And now they are fighting, right? I got it from a source. They were forging her signature, signing check because they wanted to kick her out of the company. So remember, and this is what they do. They put their family to front these companies for them and they make billions of dollars. So now that everybody fall out, she went to the station, they locked her for some $7 million fraud. I have a copy of the report and all that. So listen, Rickford Bark, stay tuned. In days to come, I'm going to be revealing some things that I'm going to be connecting the links as to how they have been enriching themselves, them family and friends. So Guyanese get to decide if they want to put these people back in power. And like I said,
go ahead. Go ahead, Melly. I think she's frozen. Melly, I think Vikram Bharat just cut off your internet. Melly, if you can hear me, call back, log back into the studio. I think you're frozen. All right, so there you have it. That was Melly Mel. And of course, conversation with Rickford Bark has no personal knowledge of the information Melly has shared, and we do not question the veracity of her information. And I guess in time, she will reveal the evidence to support her allegations. But Melly, if you can hear us, join back into the studio so that we can wrap up our conversation. Listen, what we have seen here with the revelation of these terms is unprecedented corruption. Professor Clive Thomas did a study of the previous PPP administration under Barry Jack Bill. And he was the head of the asset recovery division of the last APNU administration. And he discovered that during the PPP government, the last PPP government that ended in 2015, the ministers of the government stole over $5 billion from the people of Guyana. That's why they established the Asset Recovery Unit under David Granger, assisted by the British government. We didn't have oil then. We didn't even have oil then. Could you imagine what is happening now? Could you imagine what is happening now? Now, after this interview aired, Junior Bash, who Travis Chase interviewed, issued a real jokey apology. Let me see if I could read the apology. Because the thing jokey bad. Let me see if I can find the apology. Bear with me. You can log in back? Log in back. Let me see how I can all right, go ahead, Melly. Wrap up. I think they can hear you. Yes, go ahead. So Melly is back on the phone. And she wants to wrap up, conclude her comments. Go ahead, Melly, they can hear you.
Sorry about that. My other phone died. I literally have 4 phones, Rickford. So yeah, as I was saying, so in the leading up to the elections, I have so many things to talk about and so many things to enlighten Guyanese on. Rickford, I honestly believe that these people are putting all the mechanism in place to rig this upcoming elections. I don't know. We know for sure Claudette Singh is compromised, as you can hear from that interview alone today. In 2020, they had like their people. Jacob is supposed to be an independent body.
Correct.
They had their people driving her around and protecting her and all these things. So Claudette Singh is definitely in debt to this government, and she is definitely compromised. She is very, very much compromised. How are we? And I don't know how the oppositions and these small parties are allowing this to happen, but how are we heading into an election with a compromised body that is all for the PPP? This is they are literally putting every single thing. And I just received a complaint from people who have worked elections for years, for like 20 and 10 years, that has worked 2 and 3 elections, that are knowledgeable about these elections and stuff, these polling agents and these people that they've been training and all kind of thing. These people are not putting the experienced people. They're not, GCOM is not hiring the experienced people. They are hiring their people, the PPP people. So like I said, they have a plan. They are putting everything in place to rig these elections. So these small parties, the opposition, I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know what's going to happen. But Rickford, something needs to be done, because mechanisms are being put in place to rig this upcoming elections. These people cannot afford to lose an election. They don't want to lose their spending power. They don't want to lose their power. And as you can see, they are literally in desperation mood.
They are. Well, they're afraid to lose the election because they figure they'll go to jail.
Well, I would hope some of them would end up in jail. I hope that should the government change, we don't have a repeat of 2015. Where nobody was held accountable and everybody was just allowed a free reign for murders upon murders and crimes upon crimes that they've committed. I'm really hoping that 2015 doesn't repeat itself.
I hope
as
so
it
too.
relates to holding the PPP accountable for their crimes.
And one of the things that Guyanese don't realize is that the voters list is as large as the population.
Exactly, the voters list is also bloated, very much bloated.
Well, I assume that the opposition parties know what they're doing. And
I would hope. I mean, Aubrey is a veteran. You know, Aubrey's not my favorite person, and over the years we've had our disagreement on many things. But what I do know is that he is a grassroots politician. He has been in politics for years. For how many years? More than, I think, about 30 something or 40 years. So he knows all the tricks as it relates to voting on election day and rigging elections and stuff. But while I know that he is knowledgeable in that particular field, I don't know how we are going up against a regime that have unlimited resources, Rickford. These people have money upon money upon money to spend. So we don't know who you can trust to watch a ballot box. We don't know who is going to take 10 million or 5 million to allow them to stuff these ballot boxes. So all of that, I'm hoping that they're taken into considerations, because not everybody's going to be honest. Not everybody. There are people that are going to take that money and do what they need
well,
to
no amount of money or power can overwhelm the power of the people. And I think we will have to rely on the power of the people.
I'm really hoping, Rickford, for anybody that is listening and anybody that they've already approached about helping them to rig this election, I hope that they're thinking about the future of their children and their children. And, I hope they look around at the suffering that many, many Guyanese are facing and the challenges and all these ills that the people in Guyana are facing, and I hope that they have a change of heart and they just decide to do the right thing. I'm pleading with you. I'm pleading with people to also go out and vote. Go out and vote. Go out and vote. Rickford Burke, I've been saying it. Melly Mel don't have another. I don't think I have another 5 years of fight to dedicate. I don't have a 5 years of drive or fight. I've been doing this for like 10 years. I'm tired. Please go out and vote so that, at least we have a government that at least, it's willing to hear the people, look out for the people, and do what's right by the Guyanese citizen. Please go out and vote.
Melly, finally, before you conclude, what you make of the late development tonight where the Ministry of Foreign Affairs issued a statement saying that the Venezuelan ambassador has confirmed that Azuddin Mohammed went to the embassy and applied for a visa, and Azuddin Mohammed has issued a statement saying that he's never been to the embassy, he doesn't have a visa. And bear in mind, this is a government that is so dishonest. They wrote the United States government saying, I went to Guyana and committed crimes when I haven't been to Guyana in like 30 years.
Listen. Right now, they see Azuddin Mohammed as their biggest threat. He is literally, say what you like. Yes, he's sanctioned. They have been sanctioned by OFAC, the US government. They have their thing going on as it relates to the sanction. But Azuddin Mohammed is the PPP biggest threat. They are scared. They will say what they need to say, and they will do what they need to do to discredit them, to turn away voters from voting for win. So what I think,
but it's beyond that.
I think it's played out. I think the Guyanese government don't trust them. They have lied so much to I don't think anything they say right now is credible.
But that's the point. How can foreign governments deal with this government that's so dishonest?
I don't know, Rick Ford. I think we've been begging the ABC countries and international community to intervene for years. I don't know if they will actually do or say something, because what I think is happening right now is that the ABC countries and the international community is afraid of doing too much because they don't want it to seem as though they're interfering in a sovereign country elections. And that is why I'm hearing through that the sanction list was held up, because they feel as though putting out the sanction list right now, it would make it look as though they're trying to interfere politically. They're trying to interfere in the election. So that is why that sanction list was held up.
I actually take it the opposite. It's going to provide Guyanese an insight into the people that are asking them to vote for them.
Well, I hope so, and I hope that the Venezuelan embassy puts out a statement, or if the PPP is saying that they have proof that Azzedine Mohammed and his father scheduled an interview or apply for a Venezuelan visa, then if they're accusing him of actually, because I think where they're trying to go with this,
they're trying to accuse him of treason. That's what it is. That's where this is going.
Exactly. So if they're going with this, accusing him of treason or accusing him of working with the Maduro regime, then I think that they should produce this evidence. Well, you really want us to believe you, at least because we don't believe anything that's coming out of the PP camp at this point. Right. Nobody believes anything. It's like Sheriff trying to convince people that he was playing around with me, and I said I had evidence to make Mohammed go to jail about the paper shards and all of these things, and he's been posting all these things. And Rickford Burke, I am not even defending what he's posting, because I have spent years building a platform based on credibility, based on telling the truth. The same Melly Mel is the truth. So I don't even need to defend that, because people know if I come out here with something and I say something, is that I know for a fact it's the truth. I have evidence to back up what I'm saying. So I suggest the people start doing that, and maybe, just maybe, the Guyanese public will start believing whatever it is, whatever Kool-Aid it is they're trying to sell.
Well, we gotta do this again, Melly. Maybe Thursday or Sunday when you're free, we can do 2 hours of this to really educate the Guyanese people. And as we move forward closer towards the election, we'll be able to give them more information, because this is important. This government is so dishonest. I mean, these guys actually, and I want to emphasize this, Guyanese. The PPP government, one, wrote the United States Justice Department saying that I went to Guyana and committed crimes of extorting business people. These people, they're so stupid, they can't produce, they don't know that the United States deals with facts. Produce the visa, passport entry showing that I arrived in Guyana or I left New York. I mean, and they presented it in court, committed perjury.
Report, they have the dumbest, first of all, they have the dumbest attorney general. Let me just make that clear. Janil Nandalal is a dunce, right? They have the dumbest attorney general, but I don't even think they have the dumbest attorney general. These people just feel that their supporters are so stupid that they can tell them anything, and Rickford Burke, some of them are that dumb. Like when I read some of them comments and the things that these people will be saying, it's like y'all literally just sit and take this government, and that is why they are so hell-bent on keeping their supporters uneducated as it relates to their voting, as it relates to their rights, as it relates to what they deserve. Like them telling us like the president, like they're putting out a whole article the other night about sanitary napkins. Vote for them, and there'll be no VAT on sanitary napkins. There wasn't ever any VAT on sanitary napkins, but they have so many dumb supporters that would hear that and go ahead without even knowing the fact.
But here, if an attorney in this country or any other country does what Anil Nandalal did, they'll be disbarred. These people are getting away with all of this thing. They sent a police officer across a continent to threaten me. They sent Mitchell Caesar from the Guyana Police Force, who was caught, recorded, trying to recruit somebody to kill me. They put out a statement saying that the ambassador said the man applied for a visa. The man said, no, I happen to believe the man. I'm not supporting him politically or anything, but I am saying that the government of Guyana has no credibility. And I'm sorry, they have no credibility. Nobody must believe anything they say. If the government of Guyana tell the people of Guyana, Maduro coming to extreme today, people of Guyana must not believe it. I hate to say it. That is the credibility deficit they have.
They have no credibility. They have no credibility. They have no integrity. These people are just cruel, Rickford. These people are just cruel. These people are mean. These people are vindictive. These people are vile. These people are disrespectful. These people are, I don't know how many more adjectives I can find to describe them. Dishonest. They are criminals. It's just crazy. Like I made a post and I just said, like, it's just crazy that they have been allowed to get away with all these things for years upon years. But I think the game changer for 2025 is like we're living in an era where we're living in the era of social media.
Yes.
And that is why it's important for people like you and me and Mark Benchop and who else uses their who else have a huge platform that uses it to educate Guyanese public on what is actually happening. Because if not for social media, a lot of these things that this government have been doing to citizens and have been getting away with for years would have gone unchecked.
Melly, I have something on the screen. I don't normally like to put out personal stuff, but I see somebody attacking me for a post I made today saying that Tamesh Jagmohan has been placed on the no-fly terrorism list. And they're saying it's lies, like these sycophants of the PPP. Well, here is the document, right? This is one of the documents. It says Foreign Service of the United States of America refusal worksheet. And it says, Tamesh Jagmohan, this office regrets to inform you that it is unable to issue a visa to you because you have been found ineligible to receive a visa under the following section of the Immigration Nationality Act. And it points out section 121A3B. And if you go to the United States Code, section 121A3B says it comes under the Patriot Act that says someone suspected of inciting or involved in or supporting terrorism is ineligible from entering the United States. So y'all go to hell. All right?
So Rickford,
I don't put anything without facts. Go ahead, Melly.
And here's the thing, Rickford, where you see people like the Tamesh Jagmohan and the Sonas and the Junior Bash and the critics and the Amir Ahmads and the Sheriff of Guyana. Hear what these people do. And I hope that the rest of PPP supporters pay attention to what happens. When shit hit the fan, somebody gotta be the fall guy. And the fall guy don't ever be the ministers, the permanent secretaries, the vice president, or the president. The fall guys is be you, the businessmen, and the multi-billion-dollar contractors. Y'all just got to come to front and take the blame, because if you see what they literally do with that Junior Bash interview, everything was placed on Sana. Sana, mind you, who is best friends with the president. Sana is the one who built the president's side chick house on a play field. That was the president's side chick house on a land that was supposed to be the play field for children in the community.
Mm-hmm.
These are the kind of things that this government is doing with y'all money, right? This is the president's personal friend. This is his personal friend. The wife just cook for he wife, she wife just cook, and they literally threw him under the bus. And this is what they do. They use you.
Well, he put out a statement. This evening saying that
they use you. They take y'all money. They put y'all to front all these illegal companies to them. You gotta get them a percentage. You gotta pay them, and then when shit hit the fans, they hang you out to dry. And a lot more of them coming up is a lot more of them is going to learn about the PP.
Well, Sana issued a statement tonight denying everything that was said in that interview.
Of course, he will issue a statement. Everybody's going to come and issue a statement denying everything that was said in the interview. But we know different. The people of Guyana know different. They know everything that was said in the interview.
But here, the man who was interviewed,
is a mafia.
Melly Mel, the man who was interviewed issued a statement tonight, right? This thing is so amusing. In the statement, which, let me see if I can put it on the screen.
Where he said he issued an apology since July, or
he said he issued an apology since June. It's like the man apologized for something that happened in the future. This is crazy. But obviously, they probably forced him to do it. He ain't got no choice, I guess.
Of course they did. Of course they did. So Rickford, you want to hear something funny, Rickford? So Rickford, after I finally got the interview, I was negotiating back and forth yesterday for this interview. After I got the interview, I got the entire video of the interview. The mistake I made is I went live because I was really trying to explain the convict, because what Sheriff Security was doing, they were cutting up the entire conversation to make it look as though, I was working with the Mohammeds, I was working with somebody that is sanctioned, and I had this evidence of him killing and all these things. That's what they're trying to put out now. So I had to come live to clarify that, because a lot of people, some people again, I had to come live to clarify that so people can understand what I was actually doing. I was literally negotiating in those conversations for this particular video that so many thousands of people were able to see. And what the mistake I made, Rickford, was play a little piece of that video. So what happened was they realized that I had the entire interview, because the PP was in possession of this interview since April. But it wasn't ever supposed to come out, because Travis Chase, first of all, couldn't have leaked it, couldn't have put it out. And let me just make this clear, Travis Chase did not leak that interview. Right? So what happened was, after I played that little piece, they realized that I have the entire interview. So what they started doing, they started calling Junior Bash and his family and pressuring him to put out a statement saying that everything that was said in that interview is a lie. I was lucky to got wind of that, Rickford, at 2:30, I kid you not, this morning. Right? When I got wind of that he was being pressured to do these things, I said, you know what? I have to release this interview first thing in the morning, because I knew they were coming with a statement. That is why y'all wake up at 5:30 and the interview was up on my page, because I had to release it right there and then, because I know they were pressuring him and his family. And you see, so said, so done. He did produce a statement denying what was said in the interview. But I knew that was coming since 2:30 this morning. Listen, Rickford, I tell people at the end of this, I will write a book. I just want to give a big shout out to my true sources, people recording that I have put out there. They keep saying, oh, Melly Mel is revealing our source. Don't be dumb and don't be stupid. I don't ever reveal my source.
Exactly.
Anybody voice note or recording that I put out there was never ever my source. They weren't my source. My sources are very much intact in the PPP. My sources are very much still providing me with information, vital information that I need for this upcoming election. My sources are fine. Me and my sources are absolutely fine, because me and my sources are working towards the same thing.
Good.
So let me just make that absolutely clear. So stop saying, oh, I'm revealing my sources. I don't ever reveal my sources. That is why I have so much information that I don't know what to do with it.
Send it to me. I'll get it out.
People trust me. My sources, them trust me. They know me. They know I don't reveal them. Why would so many people trust me if I reveal my sources? If I start revealing my sources, then I wouldn't get no information. I can't help y'all if I reveal my sources. So these people that I'll be putting up in the coming weeks were never my sources.
Melly, how do you feel about people, and you alluded to the Attorney General? The PPP attacks people viciously, nasty. They lie. They use the power of government. They abuse the power of government. They abuse the police force to attack us. But when we respond, they have these people coming up, even some black people who see them calling us the N-word, hungry belly dog, whatever. And when we respond, they attack us like, how dare you say this, or how dare you bring in this person relative, or how dare you do that? What kind of society are we?
Their favorite thing when it comes to me is, oh, she is supposed to be a representative of women empowerment. I never tell y'all I'm no representative for no women empowerment. I very sorry. If y'all jumping in the gutter, I tell y'all like going in by my head, I plunging in. When y'all jumping in, I plunging in by my head with my BT up in the air. This how I go in. In the gutter.
But I believe in what former United States Attorney General Eric Holder said. When they go low, you kick them in the face and you leave them stunted so they can't come back to attack you. That's what I believe.
Exactly. When they go low,
kick them in the face. Kick them in the face. Leave them stunted. That's my philosophy. Anyway, we've reached the closing time for the program. Let's do this again, Melly.
Thank you for having me. Let me go back to my guests. They're probably wondering why my laptop.
Apologize to them for me. Apologize.
No problem. It's fine.
Thanks. Have a good night.
It's my birthday, so okay. You have a good night.
Thank you. Yeah, so that was Melly Mel. And to button up this whole conversation, there's so much revealed in these tapes. I've never seen anything like this in any other country. Up to now, you have a minister accused of taking bribe and then going as a partner in a business that he approved or his agency approved, his ministry approved. No investigation. You have allegations against Susan Rodriguez, no investigation. Allegations against senior police officers involved in drug trafficking, sanctioned, no investigation. Allegations about gold smuggling from Venezuela. And let us trace, forget about the denial. Let us trace this gold smuggling from Maduro generals. It has a line directly to the government. Directly to the government. Maduro generals bring the gold to Bovista, Brazil, and Jack Mahan's representative, allegedly, who's also Mohammed's representative, allegedly, bring the gold and smuggle it to Guyana. They smuggle the gold to Guyana and it comes to the United States. Now, let me, hold on. One more document I need to read. Bear with me. Bear with me. One more document. There you go. Here's this document. Let me put it up on my screen so that you guys can understand the corruption that is taking place in Guyana and how the US government has its pulse on the corruption. Let's look at this document from the US Justice Department. Let's read it, if you can. So it says, anyway, based on the assessment of the US government agencies, El Dorado Trading, based in New York, New Jersey, Georgetown, and Bartica, Guyana, its owners and the sole owner of El Dorado is Tamis Jack Mohan and associates are involved in the trade based money laundering involving, let me put it up on my phone so I can read it properly. It's blurred there. All right, so let me read it here. Trade-based money laundering involving the import of gold. The TAU assesses that the gold is being misclassified upon entry into the United States as non-durable scrap and or waste gold, when it is in fact semi-work gold or gold jewelry, durable at an approximate duty rate of 5.5%. The TAU assesses that El Dorado Trading, located in Georgetown, which is what this young man was talking about in the interview, Guyana and Newark, New Jersey, its owners and associates may be engaging in this activity in part or total to launder money, the proceeds, to launder the proceeds of narcotics sales and or launder funds in support of a terrorist organization, Hezbollah. They went on. Additionally, the US government assesses that El Dorado Trading, located in Georgetown, Guyana, and Newark, New Jersey, its owners and associates may be engaging in this activity in part or in total to launder the proceeds of alien smuggling and the sale of counterfeit electronics and unmanifested cigarettes. And all of this is connected back to the PPP, because in another report, the US government says Damesh Jagmohan funds the PPP. In that interview, the young man detailed how Sona said he got to give money to this PPP official, that body, this body. You think David Granger's administration could be caught up in this nonsense? I want to hear what Barjal they got said Thursday. And these are the people who are telling you to vote for them. Give them 5 more years so they could take $50 billion US from the Guyanese people. All of them have multi-million-dollar homes. Where did they get the money from? They're taking bribes and kickbacks. I saw another report where it is detailed how a certain minister connected to the Ministry of Housing and other government ministers are engaging people with property and assets in the United States, in Guyana, giving them land, dozens of acres and hundreds and thousands of acres of land, government land, but then the money for it goes into their personal bank account. Some of them, the people are transferring yachts to them in America, homes to them in America, luxury cars. How come a man could have $1 billion in a bank without detailing and showing, expressly showing the bank the source of the income in Guyana? These banks too are corrupt. And I want to know why the ABC countries who have this information are so chummy with the government and are not sanctioning them. Well, the US government is sanctioning them in a piecemeal manner. But here is more than that. Some of them are involved in drug trafficking, narcotics trade. And the evidence of that is coming up. Brace yourself, before the elections, you'll get it. Brace yourself. Hard facts. And the US government knows this. And I believe that, I mean, I'm sure the US government is acting in its own interests and strategic interests and national interests. But the information they have, they should share with the Guyanese people, sanction these people now. Don't wait till after elections. Sanction them now. Lay the facts bare before the Guyanese people so that as they go to the voting booth, they understand. They understand who are the thieves. Now, like I said, I don't support Mohammed Ashidin Mohammed. I don't support his party. But I support the democratic process. And the democratic process tells me that everybody has a right to run for whatever office they want. But why must the PPP behave like they own the country and make up stuff? And I could relate to it. I don't believe the lie about the Venezuela. I don't believe it because Anil Nanlal wrote the United States government 9 times, outlying crimes that he said I committed in Guyana. Pure lie. And every time the United States just throw his letter in the garbage. Now, I don't believe that should happen. I believe he must pay a penalty for lying to the United States government and engaging in a conspiracy to defraud the United States government. That's what he did. He was involved in a conspiracy. He and officials at the Guyana embassy in Washington, they just lie, playing make-up stuff. And now we don't know what's going on here. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs said the ambassador to Venezuela said, this man applied for a Venezuelan visa. The man is saying, I did not. I never even went to the embassy. Produce the facts then. Release the facts. Release the facts. Let us see what is going on. This is Orphan Ali's government. So Orphan Ali is saying one thing. His political opponent, Mohammed, is saying another thing. Release the evidence. Let the Guyanese people see who's lying. I happen to think the PP is lying because they have serious precedents of their lies. Stay tuned. More of this is coming out. More of it is coming out before the elections. Melly has tapes. It looked like Travis has interviews. I have tapes. We released them. And the PPP must by now regret that they stay in Guyana and try to come after us in America. We will expose them. Again, as I conclude, the people of Guyana must understand that the current People's Progressive Party government is the most corrupt government in the world. They are engaged in millions and millions and hundreds of millions of dollars in corruption, in narcotics trade, in gold smuggling that goes right to the top. And these are the people who are asking Guyanese to re-elect them. As I asked the other night, vote for them for what? Have a good night. See you on Thursday night for another edition of Conversation with Rickford Burke. Have a good night.